Hey, folks, my guest today is Nadia Fisher. She is one of the top 10 entrepreneurs in Sweden, formerly head of marketing in a San Francisco based startup. She became an IT project manager and thereafter joined PwC to build their digital experience center. At WittyWorks, she is the CEO and acts at the interface of clients' needs and technological implementation. Nadia, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what is WittyWorks? What are customers using you for?
Well, customers have real trouble scaling diversity and inclusion, and that's what our B2B SaaS is for. It helps them to write inclusively and to act inclusively, and this thanks to a debiased language, AI, and microlearning.
So give me an example. Maybe someone's putting copy up on their website that says, "Hey guys, we hope you enjoy your product." And you might say, "Hey, the word guys is not inclusive. Try this language instead."
Exactly. And it goes also deeper. There's much language out there that is a lot of people do not feel addressed because their socialization is different. So if you also write, yeah, we're really an ambitious team and performance is super important, that's all kind of language that only attracts a very small part.
Interesting. So what might you recommend I change that sentence to?
Well, talk much more of the cooperation you're doing. Like here, together we try to reach a certain goal. We believe in taking responsibility within the team. So much more the cooperative and supportive side of language.
Interesting. And you're doing this via software, right? People are paying you a monthly fee or annual fee.
Yeah, exactly. It's subscription based. I mean, there's a freemium out there, so please try it out. We're happy also for feedback and everything. Please try it out. Yeah, it's like while you are writing, it highlights the terms that are problematic, and then you get proposed with alternatives, so you can write inclusively, and you also get more information behind the term, what the bias is behind the term, so you can actually learn about your own biases.
Very cool. And the website is witty.works if you want to check it out. Now, Nadia, what are people paying you per month on average to use the technology?
So it's easy. It's a license per year of 180 US dollars per year.
Okay, so every customer is paying 180 a year. There's no cheaper, there's no more expensive. It's all 180 a
Well,
year.
yeah. I mean, as soon as companies start to buy 2,000, 3,000 licenses, we have another pricing going, like a gradual pricing.
I mean, do you have a lot of those customers that are buying? So it's 180 bucks per year. That's per seat.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I
it.
see. So ignore the per seat cost because what I'm really interested in is when someone signs up for you guys, are they signing up 10 people on their team or 1,000? So what's the average customer paying you per month, all in, not per seat?
Yeah, I mean, we're not so old yet, so we just kind of started out like a half year ago. So currently the average contract values are between, let's say, 5 and 10,000, I would say.
Okay.
But naturally, we're hoping for the compounding effect that now it kind of starts to expand within the companies. And
Yep.
with that, we'll reach ACVs of like 150 to 200,000.
That's great. Okay. So you just started, it sounds like you just started having customers about 6 months ago. When did you write the first line of code for the platform?
Like 1 year ago, we had a
Okay.
kind of the MVP, which we tested the market with and found out that, yes, customers are actually ready to spend money on inclusive language. And then as soon as we had that, we started to build the real product.
I see. Okay. So WittyWorks, you get going in 2021 last year. Now, have you bootstrapped or have you raised capital?
So the first months we were bootstrapping, and then we raised capital mid last year with
Okay.
an
And how
angel and friends and family round.
Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time, you can see what it changed over the past 88 days, and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your FounderPath dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right. So the teal is what a VC would pay. Yellow is what private equity. And red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise. They sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of FounderPath, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview.
How much did you decide to raise?
$750, $50,000. Sorry.
No, you're okay. And most folks, when they're raising a pre-seed round in that range, they're usually raising on a note. Did you use a note?
No, this was a little bit complicated. I guess in Switzerland, we made an equity round, but in the aftermath, I wouldn't do that anymore. It's just, in Switzerland, when you use notes, it's rather very small notes, like 20, 25,000. So you would have to raise a lot of notes, and that makes it very complicated. So that was why we went for an equity round. I think in the aftermath, I'd rather go to the US or bigger markets and see if I can, attract VCs from the start and two nodes.
Well, how do you price the round, your pre-revenue? I mean, how do you guys come up with a valuation?
Yeah, this was actually a negotiation topic. It was funny because in the beginning we thought, okay, this is a scientific thing, right? And so we researched and we calculated again. And then we find out, because we didn't have any experience, we were first-time startuppers. So we realized that it was much more of a negotiation thing. So you come out with a certain number and then, angels will tell you, no, that's too high, or, so it's a little bit of a risk if you don't have any experience yet, actually. And also it depends very much on the market. So in Switzerland, the valuations are normally quite low. In Europe, a little bit higher, and compared to the US.
How low in Switzerland?
Well, if you come out as a pre-seed, it's really hard to get anything the pre-seed valuations are like between 2 million and maybe 3 million, something like that. Where I see when I watch now the US, stuff like that can already be at 8, 10 million. So
yeah. Okay, so you sort of raise in the 2 to 3 million valuation range, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Okay. Now, second question, obviously it's very dilutive, right? I assume that was pre-money. So maybe you sold 20% of the business, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Did you need that capital to grow, or could you have bootstrapped this? Why'd you need the capital?
Well, we wanted to be much faster because we realized, okay, this is being bought by the companies, but we knew we needed expertise from NLP and from machine learning, also, some more experts in front-end development. And if we had done it ourselves, yes, we could do it and, just continue like that. But taking up capital just meant that we could be much faster. And, in the end, we brought the product out within half a year, and if we had done it ourselves, it would take us much longer.
And Nadia, how many customers are you now serving today? I know you're early, but are we talking 2 customers or 20 or something else?
So 32 customers, and some of them really big brands like Microsoft, Intel, Deutsche Bahn, Deloitte. So quite big customers, actually.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Now, if we take the ACV target you told us earlier, those customers are all paying between 5 and 10K ACVs. That means you're doing something like, it sounds like something like $250,000 in annual recurring revenue already. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's about right. Exactly.
Yeah, or about $20,000 a month if you calculate it on a monthly basis.
Right, exactly. It's a 23,000 MRR. Absolutely.
There you go. She knows the number exactly. 23,000 up from nothing a year ago. So you have infinite growth, right? That's great. Okay, so look, selling your first sales at 5 to 10K a pop. That's not easy. Most people are selling freemium tools for like $5 a month, and they upsell from there. You went right out and are landing 5, 10K contracts. How are you doing that?
Well, I guess it's because the need is really big. I see that a lot of companies are looking for an inclusive language. They're really, coming towards us. Actually, we didn't have any marketing spend so far either, so that's really cool. It's a lot of content marketing we do, but we didn't have to have any paid advertisement. And I think, they're just ready to actually pay that price in order to finally have a solution. And so far, there's just nothing on the market.
Fascinating. Tell me more about your team. Are you the sole founder?
No, so I'm together with Lucas, our CTO, and we actually met when we used to work together before, so we knew each other already and how we work together. So that's really cool. He's a really big open source person. I would say he's very known. He used to be the global release manager of PHP, so that's also really cool. When we're looking for tech talent, it's never a problem to find anyone.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, did you guys meet in Sweden?
So we're from Switzerland.
Switzerland. Sorry, did you meet in Switzerland?
Yes, we met in Switzerland. Absolutely, yeah.
And the reason I'm asking is, so I'm actually headed in a couple of days out to Malmo in Sweden for the SaaSiest event. Are you going to that? It's a big SaaS conference.
No, I'm not. I've never heard of it. Ooh.
Okay, I'll have to send you. It'd be so cool to meet you in person. I love meeting founders in person. But yeah, I think the link is SaaSiest. 2022.com. It's April 20th and 21st in Malmo. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Tell me more about the rest of your team, though. So there's you and Lucas as founders. What's your total team size today?
So in total, we're like 11 people, 8.5 FTEs, because not all of them work 100%. What's really cool is we're from 9 different nationalities, which for Europe is is a very diverse team. And I really like that. It also means, for example, we have somebody who's half Russian, half Ukrainian. So that also, the whole conflict is brought into the team, which is totally fine. That's what we're here for. Mm-hmm. Like half is working on the tech side and half is working on marketing and sales. On the tech side, we actually have more women than men. So that's
nice.
Also
Wait, so how many engineers? 4 engineers?
Yeah, 4 engineers, and 3 of them are women.
Oh, that's amazing. That's why you're growing so fast. All right. 4 engineers. Great. The others are sales, marketing. Your go-to-market is content marketing strategy. It sounds like 32 customers to date. Talk to me a little bit more about the product. What's the next big product release you have planned?
So the next big product release is the whole gamification part within the app to make that better. So you can see your own progress. You can see your analytics. And then naturally, especially for big corporations, we have to take a look at the whole privacy and data protection issue. Naturally, I know in the US it's maybe not such a big problem as in Europe, but many corporations cannot let you work with a browser extension if the whole privacy issue is not regulated, right?
Yep.
So we need to find there a solution. We actually already got it. We just need to build it, to build private clouds for these corporations so they don't have to worry about a thing.
Now, Nadia, do you already have a sales rep that carries a quota, or you're too early for that?
We have 1 sales rep, but I would say his job is still very mixed. So on the one hand, it's like customer success, getting back all the info, getting back all the feedback in order to make sure that we develop according to customer needs, and also doing partnerships with new language partners, because we work together with language partners to make sure that our vocabulary is really being tested by externals as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. I was going to ask about churn and things, but you're probably too early to look at most of that stuff, right?
Well, I can tell you that we have a really good rate from our freemium, from our visitors to our freemium. That's like at 10%, which is really nice. We see that there we're a little bit higher than other SaaS. And the churn, I think we brought it down. I would say before it was like 9%, and now we've got it down to 2% when we, made some improvements on the product, but it's still not stable. So we're still working on that.
Yep. Okay, this makes sense. Hey, great story here. Let's wrap up with the famous 5. Number 1, favorite business book.
Favorite business book? Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I think the favorite one is, it's not so much business. Well, is Daniel H. Pink about the third drive, where he really talks about what does motivation in work come from, and it is not money. So,
Number 2, is there a CEO or founder you're studying or following?
Good question. I'm so bad with such role models, I must say.
Okay, we'll say none. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building witty besides your own?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Your favorite online tool?
Slack.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I really make sure that I get 7 hours.
That's great. And what's your situation, Nadia? Married, single, kids?
So I'm married and I have 2 kids. They're 14 and 16.
Oh, wow. And do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 50.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay, so 50 years old. Take us back 30 years. What's something you wish you knew when you were 20?
When I was 20, the web just started going, and I was kind of doing some HTML, and I wish I had stayed with it. I really regret not having stayed with that, but it wasn't the thing at that time, so you didn't know. It was like, oh, okay.
Guys, there you have it. Witty Works launched last year. Helps you make sure all of your copy speaks to the largest audience possible, the most target audiences possible in the best way, by helping you make sure you don't fall into weird words like using guys or super ambitious, and try to be very specific to cater to the needs of your readers. Again, launched with a $750,000 pre-seed round at a $2 to $3 million valuation. They're now doing $23,000 a month in revenue across 32 customers, scaling nicely. A team of 8. They have 4 engineers, 3 of which are female, which we love. Maybe that's why they're growing so fast. Nadia, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you very much. Have a nice time.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company, or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them, and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.